Hi there. Welcome to the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. My name is Todd Rhoades. I'm one of the co-founders over at chemistrystaffing.com and your host for the Healthy Church Podcast. And today we're tackling kind of a silent struggle that many church staff members face, but we rarely talk about it. It's what I call imposter syndrome. It's that, and maybe you felt it before, maybe you haven't. It's that nagging feeling that you're just not qualified, that you're a fraud, and that anytime you'll be exposed at any moment. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. Imposter syndrome is that persistent voice in your head whispering, you don't really belong here. It can make you doubt your abilities. It can question your calling. It's almost gaslighting yourself, right? It make you question your calling and make you feel like you're constantly on the verge of just being found out for what you don't know. You just figure somebody's going to find out and do something bad. And it really is much more than you think. And I don't ever hear anybody talking about this, but I know I experienced this over the years in ministry. It's a common experience, even among the most successful and accomplished individuals. And in the church context, imposter syndrome can be, particularly challenging. We often feel pressure to have all the answers and to be perfect examples of our faith, to never make mistakes, to always have our crap together. And this can really create a breeding ground for self-doubt and insecurity. Now, studies have shown that imposter syndrome is really widespread. So if you're feeling like this, you're not the only one. It affects people across various professions and backgrounds. In fact, some estimates suggest that up to 70% of people experience imposter feelings at some point in their lives and in their careers, and let me say, probably in their ministries. Psychologist and author Valerie Young has done some extensive research in imposter syndrome, and she's identified some common patterns and offering some strategies, and we're going to look at those here in a second, for overcoming it. But she really emphasizes the importance of recognizing the irrationality of these imposter thoughts and challenging them with evidence of our accomplishments and our capabilities. So how do you overcome this imposter syndrome? It does require a combination of kind of self-awareness and self-compassion and some intentional action. So here are a few tips. First of all, acknowledge your feelings. That's always the first step, is being honest with yourself. Don't try to ignore or suppress those imposter feelings. Recognize them, name them, acknowledge their impact on you. And then second step is just challenge your thoughts. When you do have those kind of imposter thoughts kind of creep in, ask yourself, is this really true? Is this reality? What evidence do I have to support or refute this belief? And then number 3, focus on your strength. Make a list of your accomplishments and your skills and your positive qualities. But remind yourself what you bring to the table. And then fourthly, talk to somebody you trust. Share your feelings with a mentor or a colleague or a friend. You might be surprised to discover that they've experienced similar struggles. Now, sometimes, and I have to say this, if we're talking about plumbers or real estate agents, I could maybe leave it there. But there are some times where we are imposters. Our ministry and our roles in churches and our livelihood and our family, because we're in ministry, our jobs are pinned on the fact that we are the real deal. So don't take this at all for me saying, hey, if you've got sin in your life, just acknowledge your feelings and challenge your thoughts and focus on. If you've got sin in your life, you need to deal with the sin in your life. And that's why we see pastors in the news all the time, is because maybe they dealt with these imposter feelings, that thought they were imposter feelings, but they were in reality very true. And there were things that they needed to be taken care of. You really do need to be self-aware. Talk to somebody you trust. Acknowledge your feelings and really talk to somebody you trust and say, I had a friend do this recently, that someone had come to him and said something about him. And this person came to me and said, Todd, you've known me for a long time. Be honest with me, because I know you'll be honest with me. Do you see this in me? And man, it was a difficult thing for this person to do, but it was total imposter feelings creeping in. And I was able to say, no, I've known you for a long time and I don't see this in you. Acknowledge your feelings, challenge your thoughts, focus your strengths, talk to somebody, and get their honest opinion, because sometimes we've got such a huge log in our own eye that we can't see what's going on even in our own lives. But remember this, here's your bottom line. Imposter syndrome, it's a common struggle, but it doesn't have to define you. If you're battling with some of these thoughts, find somebody to talk to. Remember, you're not alone. Reach out to a trusted friend or a mentor, or seek some professional help, a counselor maybe. You can also reach out to me. I'd love to hear your story a little bit and see if there's some way that we can work together. You can reach out to me anytime. podcast@chemistrystaff. Okay, thanks so much for listening. We will be back tomorrow here on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. Hope you'll come back and join me. Have a great day.